Hello and welcome to Watch Me Movie. My name is Ryan and today we're watching episode 5 of Hannibal. I'm glad to be getting on and watching more of this. It seems like ages since I watched the last episode, even though it was only last week, about 6 days ago. But yeah, it's been a busy week and it feels like a while since I watched one of these episodes. I'm trying to remember exactly where we're at story-wise, and I'm struggling. But if I remember correctly, they do a recap at the beginning of each episode, so hopefully that'll refresh my memory. I am really enjoying this series, and I especially enjoy when I upload these episodes and get to chat to the same people each time. I enjoy uploading the movie reactions because I get to speak to loads of new people depending on which film I upload. But it's nice to then upload one of these Hannibal episodes and get to speak to the same faces and have ongoing conversations throughout the season. So yeah, I won't waffle on today, I'll get straight into the episode. If you enjoy this reaction, consider giving the video a thumbs up, and if you're not already subscribed, then consider subscribing to the channel so you don't miss any future videos. There is also links in the description below to the social media for the channel. That's just another place you can suggest films, series, vote on what comes next, and also just send me a message if you want. It looks like we're going to reach 1,000 subscribers in the next few hours, so I will be making a video this week to commemorate that, and thank you all for subscribing and supporting the channel so far. With all that said, let's get on with episode 5 of Hannibal. Trying to look out for the real meaning behind these visions.
You lost? Do you know where you are, Mr. Graham? Is that yours?
Hi, Winston. Hey.
Why don't we take you home? You been drinking?
No,
Do you have a history of sleepwalking, Mr. Graham?
not even sure if I'm awake now.
I'm not sure if he's awake now.
It's safe to assume you're not sleepwalking now.
Sorry it's so early.
Office hours are for patients. My kitchen is always open to friends. Jack Crawford has gotten your hands very dirty.
Wasn't forced back into the field.
Manipulated would be the word I'd choose.
If my body is walking around without my permission, you'd say that's a loss of control.
Wouldn't you? Sleepwalkers demonstrate a difficulty handling aggression. Are you experiencing difficulty with aggressive feelings?
You said Jack sees me as fine china used for special guests. Beginning to feel more like an old mug.
When it comes to how far he's willing to push you to get what he wants, he's certainly no saint.
Snappy writing in it, snappy dialogue in this. The hell. Yeah, so I am sort of still looking for, because people have told me to look out for what the meaning of the, what is it, stag? Whatever it is. The meaning of that in the visions. So I am keeping an eye out on it, but I'm trying not to think about it too much, because then I'll just overthink it.
There are no security cameras on the premises. Another big surprise. They were mutilated and displayed.
Well, that's quite the work.
Okay, I'm awake.
Hooks were bored into the ceiling.
How do you get rid of all the blood?
Vikings used to execute Christians by breaking their ribs, bending them back, and draping the lungs over them to resemble wings.
And pagans mocking the God-fearing. He's transforming them. Madness slept her last night.
Death.
He threw up on the nightstand.
Why am I more grossed out by vomit than those bodies?
He thinks he's elevating them somehow.
It's turning them into angels.
This is not who you are. This is my gift to you.
Call him the Red Bull killer.
I allow you to become an angel. I lay me down to sleep.
That doesn't look as appetizing today. But then again, I am not a fan of pâté.
A masterpiece foie gras au torchon with a late harvest of Vidal sauce with dried and fresh figs.
Foie gras.
Bella, are you an Isabel or an Annabelle?
I'm a Phyllis.
So, I named Bella for your beauty.
We were both stationed in Italy. Well, I wanted her to be my Bella. Cold foie gras with warm figs. Very nice.
Would I be a horrible guest if I skipped this course? Too cruel.
I have no taste for animal cruelty.
Be kind to animals and then eat them.
I'm afraid I insist on it.
Taking that sniff of the wine.
Cruelty is a gift humanity has given itself. Your perfume is exquisite. Is it Jar?
That is some nose you have there, Doctor.
I was aware one of my teachers had stomach cancer even before he was.
Wow.
I noticed the atmosphere there between them two, but I'm not 100% of what they were thinking then.
This is a very specific upsetting.
She lived about 15 minutes after she was skinned.
They were praying for him. He's afraid. It's in his vomit.
Gamma 4. Our guy has a brain tumor.
He's afraid of dying in his sleep. He's making angels to watch over him.
I mean, if you're religious and you're scared of dying, probably murdering people to watch over you is not the best idea.
How often do you see him?
Twice a week at first.
Your intention is not to tell Jack.
Jack sees the world at its worst. Don't need him seeing me at mine.
He has room for one more worry. Why do you resent your husband?
I resent that Jack has too much to worry about me.
Beautiful shot, that. I wonder if that shot was indicating that they're quite balanced power-wise in that scene. Very nice, symmetrical shot.
How do you profile someone who has an anomaly in their head changing the way they think?
What appears to be driving your angel maker is a simple issue of mortality. You said he was afraid.
He feels abandoned.
You ever feel abandoned, Will?
Jack hasn't abandoned me.
Jack gave you his word he would protect your headspace.
You trying to alienate me from Jack Crawford?
I'm trying to help you to understand this angel maker you seek. Making angels to pray over him when he sleeps. Who prays over us when we sleep?
So do you wait until you think I'm asleep before you come to bed?
Hannibal's had a lot of good dialogue this episode.
Nothing personal.
So no conversation.
Got some things I have to sort through.
I'm very good at sorting things out. So as your husband, what I can do for you is leave you alone. And
You can ask me anything you want to.
I won't insult you by asking you if there's someone else.
But he just did.
You'll sort out whatever it is you have to sort out. We'll get back to being us.
Feel kind of bad for Jack.
Why angels?
Angels in sculptures and paintings can fly, but not in scripture.
Jack, look at this. Somebody got to work you out of me real cheap.
He castrated himself?
So, angels don't have genitalia.
So does this mean that he's done making angels, or is he just getting started?
I don't know.
I'm asking you.
Well, you're the head of the behavioral science unit, Jack.
I did not hear that. Did I?
Run away.
No, you didn't.
Jack's got enough on her, right? Very nice shot. Well, nice, you know what I mean.
I know it's a stupid question, considering that none of us could possibly be okay doing what we do, but are you okay? You're a little different.
How would I know if something was up with you?
I would tell you if you asked me. Return the favor?
He likes to rape and murder. She likes to watch.
I wonder how long it took Angel Maker to identify them.
Could Angel Maker be a vigilante?
In his mind, he was doing God's work.
So he makes angels out of demons.
How does he know they're demons?
All he has to do is believe.
I thought he was just randomly having visions of people with their heads on fire, and that's why we're doing it.
He asked me if I was having an affair by reassuring me that he didn't have to ask.
It's clear you love your husband. Still, you seem more betrayed by Jack than by your own body. But you hold Jack accountable for his inability to cure cancer.
I am slowly shrinking, and yet I feel fine.
You withdraw from your relationship with your husband.
That's rough. I was wondering, like that girl was saying before, about how, you know, the transitional period when you start working, say, as a detective or a crime scene investigation personnel. Like the first time you see a murder scene, obviously there's got to be a first time for everyone. Whether that affects you like a lot for a long time, or whether every crime scene you ever see affects you, or whether you just become numb to it. If there's anyone who has any experience in like that sort of thing, let me know in the comments. Not for any morbid reasons, I'm a writer, I like to know what people go through.
Dream more now than I used to.
Have you determined how this angel maker is choosing his victims?
He can tell if you're naughty or nice, or he thinks he can.
But he's been right 3 times.
God didn't give him insight, God gave him a tumor. He's just a man whose brain is playing tricks on him.
You're not unlike this killer. You want to feel such sweet and easy peace. You realize you have a choice. Angel Maker will be destroyed by what's happening inside his head. You don't have to be.
Did you just smell me?
Have your headaches been any worse lately? More frequent?
Yes, actually.
I changed the aftershave.
I noticed the little statue we were looking at then of the stag thing and how they're showing it in the same shot as Hannibal, but I just can't think of the significance. I'm sure I'm missing something obvious.
I took a leave to be with him. I wanted to be there for him. He just kept pulling away and pulling away. He made it clear he didn't want me there.
I see how this is parallel in his life now. He's realizing.
To see him slip away. Elliot wasn't ever religious.
We'd like to find him before he hurts himself or anyone else.
He suffocated in a fire when he was a little boy. Firemen said he must have had a guardian angel.
Done it to himself?
He made himself into an angel.
How did he do that to himself?
I don't know how much longer I can be all that useful to you, Jack.
I'm used to my wife not talking to me. I don't have to get used to you not talking to me, too.
I can make myself look, but the thinking is shutting down. This is bad for me.
You want to quit? Quit.
Yeah.
I see what you are. I can bring it out of you.
Not all the way out.
My wife and I need to talk. Thank you.
You know. Lung cancer.
Is it treatable?
It's stage 4. Really not prepared to have this conversation right now.
Neither am I, but we're having it. Were you just going to wait until you were in the middle of chemotherapy?
I don't think I want to do chemotherapy.
Do you want to be alone? Just think about your answer. I'm not going anywhere.
You need to comfort me. But I can't give you what you need.
Don't worry about what I need.
I thought if I kept it to myself, our lives wouldn't change.
Some impressive writing this episode.
What do you want, Will?
You don't have to say a word until you're ready, but I'm not going anywhere until you do.
Nice camera work. So that was episode 5 of Hannibal. This was a good one. I really appreciated this episode. Felt like it got a lot more in depth with the personal lives of the characters. That is not something I usually look for in like a TV series, especially a crime thriller one like this one. I usually prefer something that concentrates on the psychology of the killer and the relationship between the killer and detective, rather than shows that explore the personal lives of the detectives and stuff like that. But this show is so well written. We know at least one of the main characters on the detective side is a killer as well. The show gets away with getting a lot more personal into the psychology and the emotions of the main characters without it feeling like it's sort of a forced and cheap way of just evoking emotion from a viewer. You actually care about what the characters are going through mentally. The writing and the dialogue was very noticeable in this episode. Hannibal had a few very nice, precise lines. I can't think of them off the top of my head at the moment, but that was something I picked up on. The writing of the emotional scene between Jack and his wife, those few exchanges that they've had were really nicely written. The dialogue wasn't predictable and cliche, and it was really quite sensitively done. Yeah, this was a good episode. It felt like it pushed the story along quite a bit. It felt like we got more in touch with the characters quite a bit. And it finally explained what the dynamic between Jack and his wife, what the reasons for that were. So yeah, it was a good one. But yeah, I'm still loving Hannibal. Looking forward to the next episode. I'm going to get to recording that in the next few days and probably have it edited by the beginning of next week. As usual, all the links to the social media are in the description below. If you appreciate this reaction, then consider giving a thumbs up to the video and subscribing if you haven't already. And all that's left to say is thanks for being here, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.